It's sad. Gross? I don't know.
I love all of that. She's fucking hot.
Ooh, I just saw that guy get shot. I'm out.
Her horse.
Her horse.
Horse.
Welcome to Can We Talk About, a weekly podcast where we dive into discussions on varying topics and find ourselves in different waters than where we started. I'm Cat Eater, my co-host is Johnny Fine. Today, we continue our deep dive into Russia with Catherine the Great, mobs, and maybe liking horses too much. You can email us at cwtabout@gmail.com, and we hope you enjoy the show today.
God damn it. Okay, so today we're back with Catherine the Great.
Yeah, episode
Finally
1.
here. Finally here.
This is, in my opinion, this is episode 1. All right.
Of all of them?
Of all of it.
That's a smack in the face to all of my work.
It wasn't to you. It was to them. It's
Oh,
a smack
so
in
nothing
the face.
before Catherine matters.
Yeah, this is like revolutionary shit, right?
Kinda, yeah.
This is like when Russia becomes like, all right, we're getting rid of all of our other bullshit. Now we matter.
Mostly, yeah.
Wow, that's okay. I was just going for a bit, but that's really sad.
Yeah, she's not messing around. So, I don't know why I feel compulsed to let you know that Catherine the Great was a Taurus. She was born in May, and I don't know why. It's just really important to me that we know that.
You know what? I don't blame you. I would overanalyze this person as much as I can. Get all the information you can.
It was just my first thing. It was the only person. I've looked at all of their other birth dates and just been like, yeah, okay, birthdays. But hers, I don't know. Had to talk about it. Yep, she's a Taurus. Great stuff. Anyways,
yeah.
So she was a princess before becoming empress and all of that jazz.
All right.
Also, I've decided to name Peter the Third Stinky Peter.
I'm okay with that.
Because he sucked. So she was a princess and then chosen to be Stinky Peter's wife. They were cousins, so I'm really glad they didn't actually have any kids together.
Ooh, yeah.
They on paper they did, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
I mean, this is like what? Are we in 1800 yet?
1760s.
Okay, that's I mean, I guess, yeah, that's a little shifty, I would think. I know if we were talking like 1400s, then like, you know, I guess fucking your cousin isn't like the same level.
Well, they're not even like second cousins. Because it always identifies me if they're second cousins or married cousins. They are cousins.
Okay, yeah, that's...
Related via her mother.
That's pretty not okay.
It's too close.
Yeah.
Yeah. By law in the U.S., actually. Yeah, too close.
Not everywhere.
Not everywhere, clearly. But so, yeah, so on paper they did have kids. They had 3 kids, but they were all from other lovers of Catherine's.
Okay.
She did not give a fuck. She got it. All right? And like 2 of the kids are from one lover, and then one of the other ones is from a different one. She did not care.
Fuck yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and it's the assumption that they're not Stinky Peter's kids is from her own like memoirs, which I think are called memoirs when you're dead, but as a journal before then.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very detailed. But anyway, so when they decided to coup d'etat.
Woo!
Well, I guess it's coup d'etat. I like to say them very phonetically. It's fun.
Yeah.
Coup d'etat. When they decided to coup d'etat Peter, she was currently in a relationship with this guy named Grigory Orlov, and he was an officer. And when Peter was yelling about disbanding the Imperial Guard, she got him and his brother to plan and help execute the coup d'etat. And then he later ended up helping improve agriculture in Russia and left Catherine and married his cousin, and then she died, and then he lost his mind and he moved back to his estate in Moscow.
Shit.
It was just like crazy there till he died, I guess. And that's Grigory, so good on him. But he did do some cool stuff, so that's good on him. He did some good agriculture stuff.
Yeah, he was like a really cool farmer, but, you know, the living out in nowhere got to his head eventually.
I guess. Maybe he really, really loved his cousin, and when she died, it just made him sad.
I
His
guess.
cousin life, yeah.
If you want to, yeah, that's a good point. If you want to go that far with your cousin, then it's like not having it
Yeah.
probably doesn't put you. You should just know. Yeah, you know what? I like what you said. He had a good life.
Yeah.
God.
He did good with it. He earned to just be crazy at the end, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But back to Catherine. So, among her supporters when she took the throne were the courts, the army, popular opinion in both St. Petersburg and Moscow, and the enlightened aristocrats that liked her political philosophies.
Who would these people be? Because it sounds like everybody else is pretty on board, so I don't know.
So, the enlightened aristocrats, quote-unquote enlightened, were the people that kind of had like progressive views when it came to philosophy, politics, religion, improving like life conditions, like not necessarily and or only for poor people, but like everybody.
So, okay, so these guys were like philosophical thinkers and that kind of shit?
Yeah, and
Just legit just trying to improve
the
life.
condition of life.
Yeah, life
Yes.
for everybody.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they liked to try and use reason when making decisions, and valued arts and education and those sorts of things. So she had political philosophies that lined up with them, and so she was viewed as one of the most cultivated people in Russia.
I fucking love that.
I love her. Okay, so when she decided that they were going to do the coup d'etat, the depose of Peter,
yes.
Stinky Peter, she led an army into St. Petersburg, and Stinky Peter was like, yeah, okay, and let her have the throne. And then 8 days later, he was assassinated. Nowhere in her memoirs does she say that it was her or her idea or that she told anybody to do it, but it didn't really matter. It was sus as fuck, and so...
It happened
shady.
and nobody gave a shit.
Well, I mean, they were kind of like... Ooh. They kind of put a bit of a taint on the
okay.
whole experience. Like,
Yeah.
they were like, woo! Oh, you killed him?
Why'd you have to do that?
Yeah,
that
she's
kind of
like,
thing?
man, it wasn't me, but there's, like, a lot of people that didn't like him before we even did this.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it could have been anybody. I don't know. But that's...
I wouldn't, if she killed one person, who gives a fuck?
Well...
I'm sorry, dude, compared to everybody
Probably
else
that
that's in
guy.
this, I'm just saying, well, yes. But I mean, just in this entire story.
That's true. There's a
one
lot of
death
killing.
is not a couple million.
That's fair. She was Empress of Russia for 34 years, which is the longest reigning female ruler of Russia.
But 34 years, that's still steady.
Yeah, I don't
You know
think
what I
that's
mean?
bad.
Yeah.
Her goals, I loved her goals. They were so lofty and just like genuine. So
Is it like super progressive for the time?
Yes, it's progressive for now.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, I'm excited. What do we got?
She wanted to establish order and justice and grow education. She wanted to develop a culture in Russia so strong that it was better than French culture.
Fuck yeah,
Oh, dude, yeah. She wanted to develop her court to be better than that of Versailles, which was the French court.
Right, yeah.
And
the Treaty of Versailles. Later
yeah,
down
like
the road.
when you think of the fancy people, like Marie Antoinette, she was in the courts of Versailles.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, like the super fancy dress. Everybody else is starving, but they got their silk, okay? You know?
Fuck yeah.
Which essentially more fancy, more lavish, more stable.
Right.
But beautiful things. So one of the coolest things that I think she did was she put back money into the treasury that was run dry from the 7 Years' War and all of that jazz.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they spent a lot of money on that, I would assume.
Oh, yeah. So she put money back in the treasury by secularizing the clergy.
What's secularizing?
Secularizing is when something changes from being closely connected to or controlled by religion to being non-religious.
Oh, that's okay. I really like that.
Yeah, so basically she took a bunch of the government stuff that the church had control over and made it government only. She turned the clergy into a bunch of state-paid DMV employees.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. which subsequently gave the government back 1/3 of all of the land in Russia that the church owned.
Wow.
And 1/3 of all of the serfs in Russia that the church owned.
Oh, that's really gross. That's really gross. Why does the church have to hold onto those people?
So, Russian Orthodoxy was born on the back of slaves.
God damn it.
That's a lot of serfs, man.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He wasn't there, no.
He wasn't there. Also, she kept good relations with Prussia, Austria, and France. She made an ex-lover fanboy who was hopelessly devoted to her, King of Poland, to stabilize it and gain solid control of it. And this bitch, listen, I say that as a term of endearment. Don't come at me. I say it to my best friend. I say it to people I love. Bitch is a term of endearment. She put this commission together made up of people from all the provinces in Russia and from all the classes except for serfs, and got them all together to find out what all of the people of Russia really wanted so that she could make a constitution.
Dude, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, man.
Did it actually come to fruition, though?
No. So...
Oh, no.
I know, it's really sad. So she got everybody together with great intentions, but there was just months of bickering. Months and months of bickering. The debates went on for months, and no one could agree on much of anything. So she says, well, fuck it, how about this? And she just, drafts a constitution and throws it on the table. And it was way too liberal from where they were to where she wanted it to go.
Right.
And instead of just kind of crossing things out and editing it and trying to go somewhere with it, they were just abso-fucking-lutely not.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I know that over here we had a lot of problems. It was we had to fucking yell at each other a bunch, and then I think at the end they just kind of were like, well, dude, come on, let's go. And then they were like, all right. But that was, us.
Yeah.
New. I can only imagine it's probably the same over there too, where it's wait, hold up, wait, whoa. You're getting rid of religion. You're making us grow up too fast. Don't, come on.
Well, and I mean, there's also the fact that when we were writing our constitution, it was just a bunch of dudes, not a representative of every province and every class.
Oh God, I didn't even think of that.
So
yeah.
4 people from every place, and then we were only, a few colonies strong at that point. They're an empire. They are the entire United States at this point. So can you imagine the Senate, the House, all getting together, trying to write a constitution? Because that's more what we're looking at.
I would think so. Well, not even that,
even
because
more.
I was going to say, the way that you worded it, it just makes more, it made more sense. Where it's our people started with, here's a bunch of white guys that own a bunch of land. These guys can't even get together. You know what I mean? So having a bunch of people, granted they're all in Russia, obviously, but of different walks of life and shit, I can't imagine that ever being a thing. Even over here, we have that thing where it's if everybody, you need 3 million people in order to do, fuck, I don't even remember what the fuck it's called. It's
Census?
Amend. No, you can amend something in the Constitution.
Ooh, okay.
But you have to have legit, just basically everybody come together and form some kind of council. Mm-hmm. And then that's the only other way to get around what they're doing in Washington.
Oh dang! I didn't know there was a way, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's only happened one time, and it was 5 years into the bullshit.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, so that didn't really pan out as well as she wanted it to. But the intentions were there, and I love it.
That's all that matters. If somebody is continually talking about this is where we need to be,
yes,
that's progress.
Yes, 100%. And progress was her business. She was a leader above all else. So she says, "Fine. If we're not gonna get along and try and figure this out, then let us get united behind something and go from there." So she pokes Turkey, which was the Ottoman Empire at the time, and decides that she's gonna go to war with them, and that gets everybody's nationalism fired up.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys just can't handle future. Fine, fuck it. Here's a fucking burger. All right, get out of my face.
Right.
Basically.
They take most of Turkey, but then a terrible famine hits Moscow specifically, and people got mad because they're all starving and dying in the streets, and they're mad at her because it's not really her fault. A famine is a famine. What are you going to do? But they're mad at her about it. So while everyone's mad, this guy, Yemelyan Pugachev, pretends to be dead Stinky Pete and incites a riot.
Oh my god.
It's fun, right? Okay. So he incites a riot, or, well, it starts as a riot, and then it turns into this huge uprising. He gets, like, thousands of people behind him, and he leads the uprising through the Ural region and towards Moscow. I looked it up. The Ural region is, like, a third of the way east into Russia, and there's, like, this mountain range, and that's Ural.
Okay.
And it's, Moscow and St. Petersburg are both pretty close to the western border of Russia.
Right.
So he starts in the mountains and the third of the way east into the country.
Yeah.
And just like gathers people as he goes. And has this huge horde of people coming towards Moscow.
All right.
Yeah, so it's not great. So,
yeah, that's like a bunch of fucking people.
Yeah. So Catherine's like, oh man, this is ridiculous. So she finishes up the Turkey War Exchange, which is my best way to explain it, because it's just, that's how I imagine it. She's like, okay, there's this other thing going on. We need to finish this up. Let's just kill them all and get it going, So they finish up the Turkey War. They take most of Turkey, and then she sends the rest of her troops to the uprising and fucking smokes them, dude.
Seriously?
Just like knocks it straight down.
What happened to Pugachev?
Oh, Pugachev.
Oh, no, not Pugachev. He sounds like a Pokemon, by the way.
So he tries to kind of hide, but everybody, like, once they start getting their asses kicked, they're all like, ooh, deuce boots, I'm out. Like, I don't want to be killed for this, so I'm out.
I love it. They were just like the fucking,
what is it?
New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can just, there's parades everywhere. They just wanted to walk.
You just get in it. Right, yeah, mob mentality,
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, I'm down. Ooh, I just saw that guy get shot. I'm out,
Look, I already had a pitchfork in my hand. I'm just kind of here.
Right, yeah. So, we're actually doing something. We're in trouble now. I left something on the stove. So, on the fire pit. So, she takes Pugachev, because he gets caught, and publicly beheads him in 1775.
Metal. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah, you make a statement for sure. She learns a valuable lesson during the uprising, because she has always been royal, and so she looks at all of the people of Russia with kind of a sense of pity. But after the uprising, she realizes, which we talk about, I think in episode 1 for Russia, that you should be looking at the Russian people with fear.
Yes, yeah.
That they are something to be feared. And that they will fuck you up if you piss them off.
Yeah, I think it was either probably 1 and 2. Because essentially that's like, they will get what they want.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you're probably right, because, Time of Troubles was full of turnover. She dealt with 11 more uprisings during her reign, but none of them were nearly as...
spectacular?
Yeah, they just happened and she quelled them. Boop, boop. Got rid of them.
Good. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You behead the first guy, then it's kind of like set standard of, alright, well, we'll get upset, we'll knock on your door, but we're not going to do anything.
Right. She was real good to those that she got down and dirty with, which I mentioned.
Yeah.
Men that she slept with were placed in good positions within the Russian Empire, whether that be high-ranking military posts or placements on decision-making committees or helping write laws. Like the guy got to go from being a military man to making decisions on the committee that decided how to do agriculture and make those improvements and things.
So was that talk around town of like who's fucking Catherine?
Yeah, it was a public secret. That's what they called it. Everybody knew she was sleeping around. Everybody knew that she was getting it on, and so much so that when she dies, there's like hearsay about how she dies. It's like totally ridiculous and unrealistic.
Oh my god, I fucking love it. There's conspiracy theory.
Yeah, about how she died. It's sad, gross. I don't know.
I love all of that.
But But yeah, so everybody knows she's getting down, and they know. I mean, somebody this guy gets put into another place, gets put into a good spot, and I'm sure they're just like, that's got to be who Catherine's fucking this week.
He got some.
Yeah. But dude, power of the pussy, because she would put these dudes in power, and then they would just vote exactly how she wanted them to vote.
Of course,
they were completely devoted to her.
That's like the smartest fucking thing.
Yeah. So they would just vote the way that she wanted them to vote.
Because they wanted more.
Oh
my god. That's a good pussy.
Yeah, right? Yeah. One of the other really super cool things that she did is she began the roots of the Hermitage Museum.
Hermitage Museum? You say?
Yes. So I thought people kind of knew about it. And maybe it's just because I'm a nerd and I play simulation and strategy games. And so I play Civilization. And one of the world wonders is the Hermitage Museum. So I knew about it. But when I asked my husband about it, he also was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't.
So the Hermitage Museum is often considered a wonder of the world. Not like the natural wonders, but like huge things we've built that are just like spectacular wonders. Like the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
And the Eiffel Tower.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Is it almost like a library, like the one that I'm thinking of that's in Avatar: The Last Airbender? Like that style of, oh my god, it's buried under the ground and sand and all that kind of shit.
Well, no, it's not
just
under
a bunch
anything.
of books and stuff.
It's not under anything. I'm sure there's a lot of books. I do have some really good stats here for you, but books is not one of them.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But it's kind of like a complex of buildings. Like originally, the Winter Palace was made, and then they put some stuff in there to show that they had good stuff,
Okay.
And then they did the backup for the Winter Palace, and then Catherine came in, and she had a bunch of other buildings built, and then after Catherine, in like the 1800s, I think 1 or 2 other ones got built, and then they restored 2 later in the 1900s. But it's huge. It's over 233 square meters, which is over 700,000 square feet.
Fuck. All right.
It's huge. Like, these buildings took them 5 years and 3 years and 5 years to make.
So it's like a giant stadium status kind of thing.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge complex.
Maybe like even at 1.5 of those, I guess.
Yeah. It's filled with over 1 million numismatics, which is just a ridiculously complicated word to say money or coinage.
Okay.
From different places. It's got over 800,000 archaeological artifacts, over 1 million works of art, over 200,000 other items, which is where probably books and things like that come into play.
All right.
And then
sculptures and shit.
Yeah, and just over 14,000 weapons and armor and such. So
that sounds dope. I really want to check it out.
Go there.
Yeah.
Like, if there's, I always think, if I could go to one place, well, I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I want to go.
Dude, that's how I feel. I think that's probably how I'm going to feel every time we do a new
Right, we're going to find some cool thing that they have. So...
Where was this real quick? Where in Russia was the Hermitage Museum?
I think it's in St. Petersburg.
I think that sounds about right.
The Hermitage Museum is located in St. Petersburg. So some of the buildings, yes. Okay. The Small Hermitage, the Great Hermitage, the Hermitage Theater. All 3 of those were built during her reign.
Okay.
The official birthday of the museum is St. Catherine's Day, no relation.
Okay.
And it is the date of which she acquired a huge collection of old works, which was old at the time, so it's got to be like old as dust now. But she acquired this collection of old works from the Prussian king's collector.
All right.
It's a little saucy. So King Frederick II had asked his collector to get his hands on all the old pieces he could. And then the 7-Year War happens, and he loses too much money, and there isn't enough funding in the state, whatever, their money thing.
Right, like the treasury.
Treasury, thank you. Goodness gracious, I've even used that word in the last 25 minutes.
It's all great.
But yeah, so there wasn't enough money left in the state treasury to make the purchase of the collection once his collector got it all together. So the collector's just like holding all this old shit and is like, well, I got to get somebody to buy this. I got it all together. So he goes looking around and he says, hey, Catherine, do you want this stuff? And she's like, ooh, yes. It'll be little Frederick, which is going to make him so mad. And we lost just as much money as Austria did, right? Prussia. We lost just as much money as Prussia did in the 7 Years' War, and we've still got the money to buy it. And I want everybody to know it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so she buys it as a weird flex, but why?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man. It's too good.
Oh, my God. Now, was there anything she did that was fucked up?
There was... Not everybody's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to preempt that. On her original wants list for the country, she wanted to abolish the serf system. She wanted to get rid of slavery, which, admirable. However, getting rid of the servitude would have pissed off a bunch of people that are in charge of things and have all the wealth and all of that.
Well, fuck them.
And, right, that's what she thought. But then after she saw the power of the people...
Yeah, okay.
She was like, ooh, that's just going to be complete anarchy.
And these guys actually have, like, decent weapons, too.
Yeah. So she knew that getting rid of the servitude would have caused complete anarchy because she would have taken all the wealth from the nobles, and the nobles are really good. People that are in the courts are really good because they're not so many steps above the commoners that they can't connect with them.
Right.
And so they're really good, the nobles are, at inciting them.
Okay.
Getting the people to do what they want. Especially when it comes to using pitchforks and torches, they like to do that. So she 180s her stance on this, and she ends up imposing serfdom in the Ukraine, who previously did not have any slavery systems in place.
Oh, dude. Okay, that's not cool.
I know.
That kind of hurts a little bit.
I know, and then...
I mean, I guess I get that it's, hey, these guys are a little bit further away. It's still technically Russia, though, isn't it, at this point?
Yeah.
They took a lot of... They're just like, okay, well, you guys live here, so fuck you.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And then, to really top it off, she made it all... she made the serfdom system way more systematic, which... made it easier to run, but it worsened the living conditions for the serfs.
Because it's more organized.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So it wasn't a great thing for her to do. But she closed over half of the monasteries in Russia. She did not allow the church a seat at the commission that she had put together to try and do the Constitution thing.
Yeah.
She didn't allow the church to be involved in that.
Good.
Which I do think is good. She took religious teachings out of, regular school.
Oh, shit. Okay, so basically making it so that way you don't have to,
She kind of did the separation of church and state thing.
I was thinking of standing for the national anthem, and then I realized that's not religious. But you know what I mean? Praying.
And they still do that a lot.
I know. Yeah.
It's gross. Zoe will come home and have it stuck in her head, and I'm like, ugh.
Oh my God, yeah, that's
being
weird.
Programmed, and I hate it. And then she believed that an educated populace was a good populace to have.
Well, yeah. Oh, but I'm just happy that somebody from up above said that.
Right? She thought it was best to have an educated populace. And then she also stuck to her word. So she made agreements with other countries about, I'm not going to take this territory, you can keep it, we're going to leave you alone, that kind of thing. She would stick to that. She wouldn't come after land that she promised she wouldn't take.
That's cool.
That being said, she did take Crimea and most of Poland as Russian territory.
Well, Poland was bound to fail eventually.
Well, yeah, and I mean, she slid in her fuckboy there for a while, and then was just like, yeah, right, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tainted it earlier.
Right. Anyway, so she knew that she was getting old, and she knew that she needed to set up who was going to take the throne. And she didn't like her son Paul for the job. She thought that he was hot-headed and stupid. Kid you not. Kid you not.
Okay.
So she started the process of putting her grandson Alexander, on paper to be her heir to the throne.
Cool.
It had a lot of processes. There's a lot of bureaucracy there. She had to get him married to somebody first, because I think if you're so many steps away, you have to be married before you can take the throne. Because I know plenty of people that didn't get married until after they were on the throne. So
right.
There's some sort of intricacy there that hasn't been explained.
That has to be something with Romanov bullshit, where it's just this is just how we do some stuff.
That's a really good observation. Yeah, it very well could be, because they really had their own thing going on. But she had to try and get him on paper to do that and everything, but she died before she could get everything lined up. And here's the only other juicy thing that I really have about her, and that was that when she died, there were some rumors that she died because she was having sex with her horse.
Her horse.
Her horse.
Horse. Like the animal.
Steve, trusty Steve.
Oh, God.
The nurses and the maids, they were all like, she's been spending a lot of alone time with that horse. I couldn't get it out all the way, but yeah, so...
Mr. Ed. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's too... Oh my God, it's too much.
God damn it. Oh, I hate myself for that.
Yeah. So, part of the reason that rumor came about was because she was so illustrious. She fucked and didn't care who it was with. If she wanted to have sex with that guy, she'd have sex with that guy and then move along when she got bored. But also, and this is gross.
The horse was gross.
You're right, the horse is gross. This is gross in a different way. But I think it's going to make your skin feel the same way.
Alright.
People outside of Russia also decided that they believed this story, because people would say that Russians were inclined towards bestiality due to their Asian nature.
Oh, no.
I told you it was going to do that.
Oh, that's... No. Why?
I know.
Why?
I know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. It's racist AF. The only thing I can think of as to why it makes sense to people at the time is because a lot of the places that Russia took over, they didn't send the people out of. So Russia, most of Russia was white people, but they still had Mongol hordes that had been,
taken,
ripped apart or taken or disbanded, and the people still lived there.
Yeah.
They took the Cossacks, they took Turkey, they took Poland, these are all, Poland's still more white, but they moved south quite a bit at one point, and so there's a lot more color there than in Europe.
Right.
And so maybe that's why.
I guess. I don't know. It's just gross.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna go with she was the fucking shit. And they just wanted to handle, they had something that bashed her, and they just held on to that.
Yeah, like people with Virgos and Capricorns.
God, yes.
They just got a bash on them because they're jealous.
Yep.
Because they're a step above. But, anyways, I'm not a Virgo or a Capricorn, by the way. Don't come at me. But,
oh my God.
I'm just saying, I wasn't, flexing on that.
Yeah.
But when she died, she woke up and her handmaid came in with her breakfast or tea or whatever. And she was like, oh, I slept better today than I have in months. Right? And she leaves to go get whatever. And then she comes back and she's just purple on the ground.
God.
And they're like, oh my God. And they try and save her. But she ends up going into a coma. The physician comes in and he's like, she had a stroke. And they put her in bed and have her last rites read to her and do the other things you do right before you die.
All right.
Orthodoxy and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she dies the next day.
Fuck.
In her bed. From a coma. So, I mean, not from a coma, but in a coma. So
that's not as bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not as awful as it could have been.
How old was she?
67?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 60
good for
something.
her.
Yeah.
That's a good life.
Yeah. Yeah, she had gray hair.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. She was able to be old enough that she looked old in some of her paintings, some of her portraits.
Well, that's solid. That means that, wow, okay, even better that she was started in her 30s. Mm-hmm. She started in her 30s when she was...
a full-grown human being.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than just a kid.
Yeah, 14, 16, 19.
Baby.
Yeah. The baby. Let's not forget the baby. Let's not forget the time they tried to put a baby in control of Russia. Yeah, man. So, she died before she was able to get her grandson Alexander put into the throne.
Oh, fuck.
So, Paul gets the throne.
And this is the brother? Or no,
it's her son that she thinks is inadequate to do the job.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he makes it long, but I can't recall to be sure.
Well, I would assume having to follow someone like that, you're probably going to get, like, a blip of history. And by that I mean, like, maybe a couple years.
Yeah.
Before somebody's like, dude, what the fuck, what are you doing?
Yeah, maybe.
How did you fuck this up? She gave you all the rules.
Dude, like, right, and she set it up for prosperity for you. Like, she turned the country around.
Yeah, it's not like he didn't have any money, all right? Mm-hmm. There's treasury. It
was all built on the backs of slaves, but...
Yeah, but...
There's a point where you realize they weren't ready for that change. You know what I mean? Like, there's a point where you realize, now's not the right time. Let's just fix everything else that I can.
Yeah, and I applaud her for that, like, because I think a lot of people, including myself, have a hard time with, well, I just presented you with a solution, and you guys won't take this. You guys are fucking idiots. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you get in that yelling match, whereas she basically had to yell at herself and be like, fine, we'll fix all this other shit. And I guess, hopefully, down the road, somebody else fixes this.
Somebody else gets their shit together. It was cool. There were a couple ins and outs and things like that I kind of picked up that I wasn't sure how long this was going to run, but we do have enough time. So everybody always has their like compatriots that kind of advise them on shit, you know, call her up and be like, man, okay, so this is happening. What do you think I should do? Right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know, your homies.
Yeah.
Almost all of hers were women.
Of course.
So it wasn't just a woman running their empire, turning it 100% around.
It's like a council.
Making it just fire.
Yeah.
It was a group of women
turned
the whole fucking country around. And made it, I mean, they built one of the best things for culture, first of all, but also, like, in the world. You know, the Hermitage. Like, that thing is dope, okay?
Dude, I'm going to take, since we do have some time, I'm going to take a little bit of time to actually look at images from this shit. Because, oh my god, that thing is huge. That's the same shit, like, okay, Assassin's Creed shit, where, like, you've got a bunch of buildings that you can kind of run across the top of. It just looks giant. It looks like the White House, huge. But much bigger.
Yeah,
or
even
one of those kinds of buildings.
And very regal.
Oh, the outside, that actually looks like it's more of a Coliseum kind of feel, too.
That might be
and the lights.
Theater.
Oh, my God.
Well, and it's, like, gilded. I mean, it took 5 years to make one of these buildings, so, I mean, they're huge and well-made, since they haven't fallen.
Really, yeah, and I really want to go in there.
Me too.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, my God, it's gorgeous. That is straight Palace vibes.
It's got, like, Peach's Castle. In, like, Mario. That kind of status.
It's Beauty and the Beast shit.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, now, yeah, we have to, at this point.
Well, we'll see what we can do. But it's very exciting. It's absolutely gorgeous. And, I mean, people added to it, but she made that happen.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, she did that. And, you know, all sorts of other buildings she also made. And Well, they took a bunch of land and everything during her time. She named most of those places after herself. It was cool though. I saw this outfit for when she went down south and after they had swooped and taken all the spots, and she went to each and every one of the locations that they took.
Oh, like and Turkey and everything like that?
Yeah, and like named it Russian territory and made it like a ball and a whole event and everything.
God damn, that's beautiful.
And it was amazing because she was in a gown.
Right.
But somehow it looked like she was dressed like a general still.
Wow. Oh my God.
It was badass. It was great.
So, quick question. Mm-hmm. The people that would get taken newly, did they have their own stance as far as who she was? Did they like her? Did they not like her? Obviously, you get a new person coming in. I would assume that there's a little bit of hate.
A lot of people from outside of Russia weren't a fan of hers.
I can see that.
But I think it's because Russia became so powerful while she was leading it.
And it seems like
that it was a threat to them.
Yeah, it seems like even before this, the rhetoric was, you guys are just too big. You guys are huge. You don't need any more.
Yes. The sheer size of Russia, even now, like, I've looked at the map a bajillion times, every time there's a war, every time there's an exchange, every time that they pick up another spot or lose a spot or whatever. I've looked at the map a lot of times. I could probably do a pretty good offhand drawing of Russia. Just,
Yeah, I think so too.
But I was looking at it to find the Ural region.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God, this place is fucking enormous. It's so fucking big, man. It's like a quarter of the world. Like, it's huge. It's not actually, but it really feels like it when you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, all of Russia is like a potato chip to it. Or all of Europe is like a potato chip to it.
Well, and on top of that, it just makes me wonder how different each section is to one another.
Right, each province.
Yeah, I'm not going to go fully into it, but with China, he starts off with giving you like a landscape of like whatever place looks like. There's different communities just in that, and I get that China is kind of a bigger country just compared to everything. I mean, whenever I think of countries and you think of like ticky-tack ones, you just go to Europe and you're like, all right, here's a bunch. But it's still different.
China is also huge.
The bigger that you go, the more diverse you have to be, I guess, no matter what.
No matter what, because you've got so much land that you're talking about people that have evolved for several different living conditions.
Right, like even
when it's that big.
Yeah, I'm also thinking of like Canada. You have French Canadian, but you also have like indigenous
Inuits.
people. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, think about how hard it's got to be. Well, because her whole thing when she's like, I want to bring order. Because she watched for 10 years before she became Empress. She watched Russia while still being princess with Stinky Pete because they were married for 10 years.
I'm sorry,
before he took the throne.
Yeah.
So she had 10 years to watch just the utter chaos of trying to control so many people. Because they don't have electronics. They don't have fast mail. They've got a dude in a horse carriage riding the entire country, like trying to control with no way to communicate in an effective, time-sensitive way for places that are thousands upon thousands of miles from each other. Really, you're just saying, hey, that's my spot over there. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know any of the people over there.
Right.
But they're paying me taxes.
Is that literally... Did she at least optimize it?
She did a pretty good job of...
And I mean the communication aspect of it.
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. I know she did a lot of bureaucratic making things inside the machine work better. But honestly, I don't know specifically about communication if it got any better.
Right. I would just assume that that's a big factor in like, okay, a good ruler is able to rule 100% of what they have.
Yeah.
And communicating all of that would be a big big key thing to fix.
I would think so. I think for a lot of places at this time and previously, technology is a huge limiter on that. You know, because even with a horse, you're going to play telephone with 50 people on horseback,
right,
to get it where you want it to go. You know, because that's the fastest thing I could think is you would just have couriers that would go, 50 miles and then meet another courier and have them take it. But at that point, there's so much that could happen between that many trade-offs that it's just you can't even be sure.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like as long as the taxes come in, then all right, cool. Do you?
Nobody's on fire. Great.
I think that's really what it came down to. It's the more inward you are in the capital, more structure you're going to have to be. But everywhere else, if you're just agriculture bullshit, do you just pay us? Do you and call it good? And
that was at this time. Agriculture was like 70% of their trade and whatnot.
So real quick, because I think even today agriculture is a big part of
probably there's so much land.
Whenever I think of Russia, I see the sickle, and I know that that's a part of that.
Right.
So it's just kind of cool to see this is what 1700s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just that's forming. Russia's becoming Russia.
Oh yeah, for sure. They are a world power to be fucked with at this point.
Clearly.
Yeah. That's why the other countries didn't like her. They were like, oh, you guys were kind of falling apart, but you were big, and we didn't like that you were big, but now you're kind of put together, too.
I get that, and I can understand the rhetoric that we have here is still, hey, fuck you, Russia, kind of thing. That being said, looking into it a little bit, if they would have just taken a step back and been like, all right, look at our situation before, look at our situation now. Not much different.
Well, yeah, because other than the engagement with Turkey, the Ottoman Empire, which she completely took out, it was the fall of the Ottoman Empire.
Did she single-handedly take out the Ottoman Empire?
Pretty much.
That's fucking lit.
Yeah, Ottoman Empire's gone. Ottoman Empire, gone.
Wow.
She dissolved it, yeah. So, other than that exchange, she did not get them in any other exchanges.
I just like how when you mentioned it then, you were like, all right, she's going to fix this little thing over here, and then she's going to deal with this shit. But that's like an entire empire that she just fucked with.
Entire just group of people.
Kicked them in the balls and all right, get out of here. Let me give me your money.
Yeah, but she had some in-house shit to worry about,
That's fair. The in-house, I agree. The in-house bullshit, definitely, you gotta clean up your own home.
Yeah, it's like you're down at the b-ball court teaching the kids some shit, schooling them, and then you hear your kids at home fighting, and you're like, oh. Do a bunch of hoops, beat them so hard that they're like, oh man, and then you run home to fix your shit. But, yeah, that's Catherine the Great. The only fuck up she did was realize that it was too early to get rid of serfdom and buckle down on it, but she used that to make some great improvements for the country, so.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I got to learn about her.
Me too. She was really interesting. She was really fun. They also said a lot that she wasn't pretty, and I think she was gorgeous. But I guess when you're paying somebody to make a painting, you should probably make them pretty, huh?
Yeah, I would think so.
So, I don't know. There are two other things that I've noticed about when you go through the portraits of leaders, specifically the female ones.
Yeah.
There are some really big constants to me that I find interesting. One of them is that they never paint their cleavage.
Right.
It's always a completely bare chest.
Yeah.
But then they're in these corsets, and they're not the curvy ones yet. These are still the ones that are just a complete V corset, So your boobies is getting pushed up, especially if you got a double chin like that.
I'm sorry. I looked up a picture of her. She's fucking hot.
I think she's gorgeous.
Even this one with gray hair and that kind of shit, still fuck.
Yeah, I think she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But the other thing that they do that I think is really interesting is on the corsets here.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not, nobody can be that circumference.
Oh, God, no. Yeah.
Especially if they're that wide in the shoulders. but a lot of them, almost all of them, they all have that. The completely featureless chest, like it's in propos to even look in order to paint it.
Well, yeah, think about what it is in the 1950s. Now, push that back 300 years.
Yeah.
Or I guess
it's
400.
Inappropriate to use 2 fingers for the sign of the cross.
God.
And then the weird, like, 2-finger wide rest of their body while their shoulders are 2 feet wide. You know, like it's very, but those 2 things are constant through the last, like, 100 years of portraits. And it's just a weird thing that I've noticed. I don't know. But it's interesting. They're also pale as hell, but it's Russia, so they probably were pale as hell.
Yeah.
They're so far north. But anyways, yeah, that was Catherine the Great. Good time.
We love her.
She was lit.
What can we say?
Yeah. We'll start off with Paul next time. I'm going to try and push through, if there's nothing majorly interesting about people, I'm going to try and push through the next probably 100 years like it's nothing.
That's cool.
But we'll see what happens.
Right, there could be some juicy shit.
Yeah, I never know. I never know.
So, to end it all off, you can find me at I am the Johnny 5. You can find me there, Twitch and Lee Chess, and, what was the last one? Reddit. So all of those are I am the Johnny 5.
Is it? I thought your lead chess was XX Johnny 5.
Oh, yep, you're right. That's my bad. So the lead chess one is XXX Johnny 5 XXX.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm Cat Eater. You can find me dang near anywhere at Cat Eater. CATEATERR. All the places.
All the places.
Yep.
Except for Twitter.
Except for Twitter.
All right. See you guys later.